What's up, guys? It's so fucking cold out here, man. It's so cold. Oh my god. What's up? What's up? Let's give it a few minutes for everyone to kind of get in here, and then we'll start. Woo! It's cold. It is cold. Shit. Don't let the sun confuse you. There's a lot of wind. Oh shit. Maybe I should go back and do this in my garage or something. I don't know. It is cold. Shit. Let everyone trade today. Guys, green or red today? AETI spike. What is AETI trading at? Oh shit, there's some sun here. Oh man. Woo. It's so cold. I gotta find a solution. I think I'm gonna go in my garage. 135, 136. Oh my god, it's cold. All right, we'll give it another minute and then we'll start. Holy shit, it's cold. Let's see. What's up, guys? What's up? Ooh, it's cold. Ooh, it's cold. Oh my god, I'm dying here. All right. So, a couple things that I want to talk about. Number one, the power of MIC, right? So yesterday when I ended my Instagram live video, it was like 1 p.m., right? It was 1 p.m. and I was hungry, right? Because I wake up at 4 a.m., I didn't eat any breakfast, and I was hungry. So I was just like, yeah, I'm going to get off this Instagram live, I'm going to go get food, and then I'm going to go back to working, right? And then as soon as I ended my Instagram live, one of the MIC members that I met at the New York meetup that I gave my phone number to hit me up, and he was like, yo, do you want to grab lunch, my treat? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I'm not really doing anything else, and I said I was going to get lunch. Might as well link up with a member and get lunch with them, right? So I met up with Sam, and we went to a diner by us, and here's a guy that's 20 years old that has been trading for like 3 years now, and he's an MIC member, and he came to the meetup, and again, timing is crazy, right? Because he texted me at the right place at the right time. I was hungry, and that was it. Now we met up, we hung out, and it's probably not going to be the last time that we see each other, right? So, oh, it's cold. So, basically, long story short is the power of the club is amazing. The community is amazing. Where else can you go and meet your moderator, mentor, the owner, whatever it is, and just grab lunch with him? And I obviously didn't let him pay because there's no shot I'm gonna let him pay, but it was a great experience. So give me a sec while I go in my garage because it's fucking cold as hell. Oh man, it's so cold. Yeah, Sam Hajal, that's who he was. He's in chat right now. All right, chat him. All right, so now that I'm in here, let me actually close the garage. All right, so, all right, so let me talk about my trades for today. So coming into today, I really wanted to trade AETI. And the reason why I wanted to trade AETI is because it really had like a death candle yesterday. And after it had a death candle yesterday and it kind of started to unwind, my mentality on it was that I should be shorting a push on 130, right? So again, going into today, it's tough because if a stock is, I think it was early morning, it was kind of gapping down. And my mentality was, shit, if it goes under 1, it's probably game over. But they wouldn't let it kind of tank without a fight, right? They wouldn't let it tank without a fight. So here I am kind of shorting in the morning near that 130 level. And I'm thinking in my head, because the high of the day yesterday was 155. I'm thinking in my head that if this thing kind of starts to, it kind of set a top at 148 3 times, I think it was. So the third time, what usually happens is it does break out. So if it breaks through the third time, the third top, it's usually going to go higher after that. So here I am with a short position in the 130s, and the stock isn't going down. And the high of the day is 148, and the high of the day from the previous day is 155. So if you factor that people are going to stop out at 155 and slippage is going to cause them to stop out at 155, and that was the high of the day from yesterday, if that 150 level breaks, it's probably going to have a solid chance to go to 160, right? So I shorted in the 130s, and the third time that 148 looked like it was going to kind of break out, I stopped out and I went long, right? So I went long. So at that point, my mentality was, okay, if I'm covering at 145, 146, 147, I would be an idiot not to at least take some long into 150 because of my thesis of it going higher once all the stops got taken out. So here I am recognizing that the trade isn't working. And instead of just giving up on it and moving on from it, my mind told me that I should be covering and going long. So that was really good. That's what I really liked about today. I'm talking about AETI. So that's really what I really want to talk about today, right? So I really want to talk about the fact that I saw that the setup wasn't working, and rather than fighting it and rather than just giving up on it, I stopped out and I flipped long. I did what I thought was the right thing to do. And by doing that, I sold at 160 and 170, and I made back most of my losses. So at this point, I'm thinking to myself, shit, this thing has traded a bunch of volume. This thing is still holding. It's above yesterday's highs. It's day 2. And, it just makes sense that this is probably not going to give up for the rest of the day. So when I'm talking about this stuff, and we're kind of discussing how we're trading it, and we're discussing what we're seeing and what we're thinking, the game plan was basically that they were going to kind of break it under 150 and maybe bring it down to the 140s and trap to send it higher a little bit later today, right? So what is it trading at right now? I can't look because it's going to end this video. But after it kind of broke the 150 level, I wasn't really even comfortable shorting it, right? I wasn't even really comfortable shorting because my mentality was they're probably going to trap this thing. They're going to make this thing so tough. So it's 135. Okay, it's 135. So it's still kind of under VWAP, right? It's still kind of under VWAP. So the reality is this, until this thing breaks 130 and doesn't come back from 130, it still has a chance to wiggle up and down to 140 or 150 and up and down and up and down. And that's just not really worth my time or worth my stress, right? So I walked away, and I'm doing this to kind of help keep me away from getting FOMO and over trading it. So that was the way I traded that today. So in an ideal world, what I expected to happen was when it pushed to 130s this morning, that it would slowly dwindle to 120 and then 110 and then $1 because I felt like people forgot about this stock. I felt like this stock wasn't really in play anymore. I felt like this stock didn't really matter anymore. But the problem also was that there was no new hot chick of the day to take the eyes off this stock, right? There was no hot chick to take the eyes off this stock, which ended up having more eyes on it again, right? And if you look at the volume, it probably traded a shitload of volume today. It's probably going to surpass yesterday's volume today. So that's kind of something to pay attention to. Just because the stock moved yesterday doesn't automatically mean that it's going to tank the next day. It means that if there's less attention on it, there's a higher probability that it's going to kind of pull back. So that's kind of something important to note about today. And recognizing that the range is too tight now to really not make too much money on it, and recognizing that it's better for me to avoid that than to burn commissions is a win, right? So just to recap that trade, I was short at the 130s, which I thought was yesterday's resistance. And when it kind of broke through that 150 level, I assumed that stops would get taken out as 155 was the high from the previous day. So I went long. And when I went long, I made back some of my losses. And the reason why I went long wasn't as a revenge trade. It wasn't because I was pissed. It wasn't because of this. It was because it made sense to me that if I cover and this goes higher, this is probably not going to stop at 150. It's probably going to go to 160 or 170. So I want to be able to capitalize on that opportunity. So that was really good. Next thing. I think it was NVLN. NVLN, I think, was the ticker. So it was kind of trading. It wasn't really doing shit. You know what I'm saying? It was up after hours yesterday, and it kind of topped out at 180. So my mentality today was a push to 180 with risk on $2 is probably going to be a good trade, right? My mentality is if it goes to 180, that's where there was resistance from after hours and this morning. So what ended up happening today was we never really got that push to 180, right? We never got the push to 180. So I have two options. Either A, I take it off watch and I don't really do shit about it and I just leave it alone. Or B, I take a small starter position and hopefully try to ride it down with small size and see if it works out, because there's plenty of times that, you know, these stocks, they just tank. They just tank right out of the open, and there's no possible chance for an entry unless you're with small size and you can finesse around it. So that's kind of what I was doing on NVLN today. I shorted in the 150s and I covered in the 140s, and then I shorted the 160s and covered in the 150s, and then it kind of tanked. But, you know, my mentality on that was not to size in. My mentality on that was not to be patient. It was just to kind of capitalize on what I saw would be a decent short into some key resistance spots. You know what I'm saying? So what else? We have, Bao's going to kind of announce it later, so I'm not going to really touch on it too much, but we're going to have a new program for new members, an even better orientation program that's a lot more interactive. So I'm not going to really talk about that because Bao's going to do a video on that later, but just know that, you know, we want to be able to take care of the people that join brand new. We want to take care of the traders that don't really have that much experience trading, and we want to kind of guide you in the process of what it takes to kind of understand MIC and understand the room and understand the terminology and all that stuff. So we're going to help you guys with that stuff as well. Other than that, we have a couple of videos coming out for the New York meetup. It was fucking crazy. We had like 200 people show up, and the best part is that we had traders that, you know, are 18 years old, 19 years old, that they're just starting to trade, right? They're just starting to trade. And these guys have taken the first step to kind of just come and talk and network with other traders. The point of these meetups is not to, actually the real point of these meetups is just to network, right? It's just to network with other traders and to kind of understand that, like, shit, man, every single trader is different. But if you guys are kind of on the same path, whereas if you guys are both 18 or 19 and in college and you want to learn to get into trading, or you have a little bit of experience trading, shit, man, it just makes sense to at least attend this free event where we paid for open bar just so that everyone could come and have a good time and network. And we kind of overestimated how many people are going to come. 200 people showed up and the bar was packed. You couldn't even fucking move. So we need to think about alternatives for next time. You know what I'm saying? We need to be thinking about alternatives for next time. And the thing is, we always want to keep these events free, and we always want to add value to you guys by giving you swag and doing all this stuff. But it seems like it's already reached a point where we need a bigger venue for these events. And the problem is, when you do have a bigger venue, that entails higher costs. And we want to try our best to keep these events free. But if it gets to the point where we have to choose between charging you to get to these events or keeping them free and capping it, that's something that we have to decide in the future. But as of now, we really underestimated how many people were going to show up, and we fucking picked a bar that was really close by, and it fit. It was crazy. The fire department should have come and shut it down, to be honest. But that's basically it. And then next week we have this Saturday, I think, we have a San Diego meetup. So I'll be, me, Nico, Bao, and Tosh will be in San Diego and just meeting you guys. Again, free to enter. There's nothing. You know, if Bao's in a good mood and you get him drunk, he'll probably pay for dinner. You know what I'm saying? So, again, we gave away gear. We gave away sweatshirts. We gave away so much shit. What time on Saturday? Nico, what time is the meetup on Saturday in San Diego? Anyway, that's it, guys. That's basically like the main points I want to touch about. I want to talk about my trades for today. I want to talk about some of the events. We have a bunch of videos coming out for members and for non-members to show the meetup, to show the stock exchange. Yeah, the secret sauce to Bao's generosity is getting him a little bit drunk. So I got to make, shout out Oliver, dude. So Oliver, that's something I want to talk about as well. So Oliver is a member that won the New York Stock Exchange giveaway, right? So he won the giveaway and he won the steak dinner. And that wasn't enough for this guy, right? That wasn't enough for this guy. He comes to the hotel and he surprises me with a mount for my Jeep for an iPhone. He surprises Bao with a selfie stick. And he surprises us with the sickest MIC hats. And dude, they were really amazing. They're really beautiful. I'm not really wearing mine now, but I have it right in my office. I have it right in my room. I know Bao wears it all the time. But just shit like that is amazing, because not only did Oliver win the stock exchange? He didn't have to do anything for us. This is 100% free. He didn't have to do shit for us. But it just shows the type of people that MIC is attracting. We're really attracting some amazing, amazing people. And the reason why MIC works is because we put the members first. We always put the members first. We never, ever, ever, we spend so much money on giveaways and events and meetups and all this stuff. We spent $4,000 on the steak dinner. We spent $2,000 on the bar tab. We spent $2,000 on the hoodies. We spent another $1,000 on the mugs, and we gave all this shit away. So me and Bao say it all the time. We're the worst businessmen in the world because all we're doing away is giving away a bunch of our shit. And we're not asking for anything in return. We don't really care if you join or not, but we're showing you that the community is here. And if you sign up for the community, you're gonna have access to us all. So that's basically it, guys. So let's do a quick Q&A. Should we do a car Q&A? Give me a sec. How do I flip this camera? All right, could I set this down or something? Anyway, let's do a Q&A. Let's do a quick Q&A. Oh man, it's so cold outside. Holy shit. Let's do a Q&A. What'd you guys trade today? What did Dr. Brett talk to you about today? That's true. Yeah, let me talk about that. So what me and Dr. Brett spoke about today is, again, anticipation versus confirmation, right? Anticipation versus confirmation. That's been one of the biggest issues that I've been having lately. So we came up with a plan to use VWAP as the guide for sizing, right? To use the VWAP as the guide for sizing, because usually if a stock is under VWAP, that means that the backside is confirmed, or means that it's at least weaker, right? It means that it's weaker. So if you have this signal that is telling you that the stock is weaker, you could use that to your advantage to size in. So something that we spoke about is to use, let's say my max size is gonna be 10,000 shares on a setup. If it's above VWAP, I can only use 30% of that size, as in 3,000 shares, right? But if it's under VWAP, then I have the opportunity to be able to size in the rest of the 70% and take advantage of that. So that's kind of what we were talking about today. We were kind of talking about the New York meetup, and Dr. Brett is an awesome dude. He wants to really help our members out. He really wants to see what he could do to add more value to our guys. So we're going to try to have maybe a webinar once a month with Dr. Brett, or some sort of event or something with him to have him involved exclusively for our members, right? So imagine you sign up for My Investing Club for $5 a day, and you get access to the best trading psychologist and the best trading coach in the business that has worked with Paul Tudor Jones, that has worked with $100 million traders, right? So that's kind of something that we're working on now for members. It's going to take time because he's a really busy guy, right? He's a really busy guy, but we're working on logistically to make sure it kind of works out for everyone, right? Oh, it does. Let me scroll back. Yeah, so everything I learned from Dr. Brett, I try to share with you guys because, again, give me a sec. How long did it take you to become consistently profitable? That's Sam. That's Sam who I was with yesterday. It took over a year, man. It took over a year, maybe even 2 years, right? I think I lost money my first year, and then after year 2 is when I started to find consistency. Yeah, shout out to Davron. Davron is actually a guy that we met at boot camp, and then I met him again in New York. And he basically said, if you're not an MIC and have any questions about it, feel free to DM him. And that's the power of the club. This is the power of the community. We have something amazing. We have traders that really want to help other traders. People have been scammed in the past. People have lost money from these gurus and these clowns in the past. And here they found a home at MIC. They found a connection here, right? They found a family here. And the family is just trying to get better at trading, right? And if we could help one more person get better at trading, if we could pay it forward, we all win. We all win. So that's the power of the club. We got Tony in here as well. So exactly, guys, exactly. We got, sorry, I got Pete in here as well. That's it, man. That's it. We don't upcharge. We don't upsell. You sign up, you get fucking free DVDs, free videos, free meetups. You get a free steak dinner. You get a free bar tab. You get a bunch of shit. You know what I'm saying? So again, this is what MIC is about. We started this to help traders. And if you see in the other rooms or the other competition, the moderators and the mentors, they don't show up. The other rooms, they pump and dump rooms. They just do bullshit. Where here we are literally 24/7, 7 days a week. I mean, 24 hours, 7 days a week. We're here fucking working. From the moment I wake up at 4 a.m. to the moment I sleep at 9 p.m., I am always fucking working to try to make the experience for MIC and its members better. You know what I'm saying? I literally don't have time to go out. I literally don't have time to do anything because I've made this my life. You know what I'm saying? And by doing this, and when we get the testimonials at the end of the day, literally every fucking day of people consistently learning and making more money, it makes everything worth it, right? It makes everything worth it. Whereas all these other gurus and all these other clowns, they pay for testimonials, they get actors for all this shit. We literally have members every single day sending us testimonials because it's the truth and they're actually learning, you know? So that's it, guys. Show more of the car. It's hot, man. It is so hot. Yeah, the Furus are still having Cyber Monday and Black Friday sales, right?